Court does call the case. People versus Devon Galliard.
Hey, Alexander, on behalf of people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Maxwell Dubin, P number 86012, on behalf of Mr. Galliard.
Sir, can you state your name?
Devon Galliard.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing in this case?
Your Honor, today's the date and time set for PCC. I'm asking for an adjournment of the PCC, and then if I'm able to address bond, Your Honor.
Yeah. You want I can do December 4th or the 11th. He's in custody, so I'm going to go to the 4th. Okay. Probable cause conference, December 4th, 2025, 9 a.m. Esteban.
Your Honor, I believe this court may recall this case. At the last hearing, you revoked bond. My client was intending to, or was granted previously to go to Texas. He did not go to Texas. He returned to Georgia, subsequently revoking bond to a no bond warrant. I want this court to know first and foremost that my client is not here to make any excuses, reasons. He understands that when a court puts in an order, that order must be followed to a T. It doesn't matter what mistakes you make or what you think. Everything needs to be, every I needs to be dotted and every T needs to be crossed. Okay, Your Honor, that being said, I would point out that my client does not have a history, a criminal history whatsoever, pretty much, and he's never been on a tether prior to this. He did make a mistake. He is owning up to that, Your Honor. What I'm asking here today is that this court either allow him a second chance to prove himself, and in the alternative, give him some type of attainable cash bond. When you did revoke bond, I know it's obviously court ordered. I will point out that my client immediately drove from Georgia, made arrangements, and turned himself in immediately, showing that he can abide by any rule sanction that this court puts upon him. Just to give some clarity, not as an excuse, the reason he did not return to Texas, Your Honor, is my client was in the military.
I lost you, counsel. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now, Your Honor?
I can.
Which part did you lose me at?
I don't know because I didn't hear it.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, in short, Your Honor, just some background. Besides, my client does not have a criminal history. This is his first time dealing with something like this. He did not return to Texas, and this is not an excuse. He did not return to Texas. His intention was to. That being said, the military, which he was in prior, actually shipped his stuff to Georgia, to his mother's house. That was the reason he did go to Georgia and went to Georgia. What we're asking here today is an attainable cash bond and or a second chance to prove to you that he can abide by any rule sanction that you would put upon him, Your Honor.
Any response from the people?
Your Honor, at this point, I'm going to object. I don't know. I have concerns. I don't know exactly what he would be saying if he's released. I have concerns that he was given the chance to go to Texas. He told the court and the people he was going to Texas. He didn't go to Texas. He went to North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, never went to Texas. And I have concerns that if he's released, he's just going to go wherever he wants. And he said last time during the hearing that since he's on the tether, he could just go wherever he wanted. And then I have concerns given that he went to Georgia, and the argument was that if something came up for court, like an exam or a hearing, he had to attend in person, he would be there in person. He wasn't here last time in person. He was in Zoom. The only way we got him here in person was that he had to turn himself in on a no bond warrant. So I have concerns that this time I don't have enough information on where he'll be staying, what those terms of bond will look like when he gets out, because I don't know if he's going to try to go back to Georgia or if he's going to try to go back to Texas. I just don't know. So at this point, I'm going to object.
Anything else?
Yeah, if I may respond briefly, Your Honor, if my client is given bond, he will stay and remain in Georgia and even come back in person if
How do
necessary.
I know that?
Well, if I may,
mean,
Your
because
Honor,
last time he told me he was going to reside in Texas, and I let him leave, and he never set foot in Texas.
and if I may just respond to how you would know that, Your Honor, besides the fact that he's on tether, he was very upfront with the tether, with probation. He didn't lie. He didn't try to say he was in Texas when he wasn't. He was very candid with them when they asked. And he knew he was being tracked and monitored, Your Honor. So his intention was not to deceive you in any way. But that being said, I and my client understands why the court did what they did in revoking his bond. I don't I want this court to understand that my client is attempting to be very candid and upfront. He's not running away. And the reason, if I may respond to the prosecutor, he appeared via Zoom is because he couldn't get here in time. So I had him log on because he didn't want to not appear at all. And then, of course, subsequently his bond was revoked and he immediately came back. He's not running from this, Your Honor.
At this point, the defendant's bond will continue as revoked. I let him leave. He told me where he was going. He's now trying to, and never went there. And now he's trying to tell me he's going to some other place. I have no idea. I can't believe this defendant. I can't trust that he's going to do what he says he's going to do. So the motion for bond reduction or bond in this case is denied. This matter is adjourned to December 4th. Thank you.
Thank you for hearing me out, Your Honor. And I hope you have a good rest of your day as always.
You do the same, sir. Well. Case People versus Gavin Porter.
Another order, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney for the People.
Good morning, Your Honor. Paul Taylor appearing for defendant Gavin Albert Porter, who is standing at my right.
Your name, sir?
Gavin Porter, Your Honor.
I have before me a plea form that indicates, is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Plea form indicates that the defendant would be pleading guilty to the charge of illegal transport of a firearm in a vehicle, the 90-day offense. Upon a successful plea to that charge, count 1 would be dismissed. There's further the agreement that the prosecutor will recommend a sentence of no additional upfront jail, and the sentencing judge waiver is, that's the court's full understanding of the agreement.
That's correct.
That's our understanding.
Also, trying to get me with not transporting, but unauthorized.
May I have him sworn?
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name, please.
Gavin Porter.
Thank you. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of illegal transport of a firearm in or upon a vehicle. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, $100 fine plus court costs, and mandatory forfeiture of the weapon or device. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Still, and you also understand, sir, that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Perry in the 15th District Court. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any question regarding any of those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Please look at paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights, which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Of your own free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because you believe that you are indeed guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the date of September 19, 2025, at the location of 1620 East Medical Center Drive, City of Ann Arbor, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, were you in a motor vehicle? Were you in a Chevy Silverado?
I own a Chevy Silverado. Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry to hear that, but were you in it?
I'm
a Ford guy, so I had to say it, but
I had my car valeted.
pardon?
I had my car valeted that day. That was it was in the
Got
possession of the valet.
Okay. And in that vehicle, at some point you drove to
Yeah,
the
yes, Your
valet.
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Correct. All right. And in that vehicle, was there a pistol?
Yes, Your Honor.
And where was it located?
In my center counsel, Your Honor.
All right. And do you have authority to transport that weapon in that fashion?
No, Your Honor.
All
Not
right.
yet, Your Honor.
Pardon?
Not yet. Anyways, I'm trying to get a class on.
Got it. Okay. But at the time you did
No,
not.
I did not.
All right. Sir, if I accept your plea, in this case, court does have to advise you if you commit misconduct between the time of my acceptance of your plea and the time of sentencing, the court would no longer be bound by any recommendation or evaluation in your case, and you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this claim?
People are not, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, we are not.
And has the court complied with the court rule, and would it be proper to accept this defendant?
People are satisfied, Your
Defendant is satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 15th District Court probation. Sentencing in this matter will be
December 19th at 8:30 a.m.
Your Honor, if we may, could it please be pushed into January?
the court over there will be more than happy to do that, I think.
Okay,
Okay, that's the only date I have.
Yeah.
That's the only date I have.
okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
December 19th, 2025. What time?
8:30.
At 8:30. Bond in this matter will continue unless you want to make an argument. No, go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good holiday.
Happy Thanksgiving.